Hola chicos, hoy empezamos con otro grupo de los verbos irregulares del presente, el grupo 5, o los verbos go. Today we are going to talk about another group of irregular present tense verbs. We're going to talk about go verbs. As we go through these conjugations, you'll notice that there's a very specific spelling change that happens in the conjugations of these verbs. Let's talk about our first two go verbs, poner, which means to put, to place, and to set, and hacer, which means to do or to make. Let's look at the conjugations of poner first. What do you notice about the conjugations of poner in the present tense? Did you notice that the yo form of poner is the only part of the verb that's irregular? Pones, pone, ponemos, and ponen all use regular er verb endings. Poner in the yo form changes the o to a go. So the conjugations of poner are pongo, pones, pone, ponemos, ponen. Let's talk about the conjugations of hacer. What do you notice that's irregular about hacer? Did you notice that just like poner, the yo form changes to a go instead of an o? The rest of the verb is completely normal. The conjugations of hacer in the present tense are hago, haces, hace, hacemos, and hacen. Let's talk about two more go verbs, traer and caerse. Let's look at the conjugations of traer, which means to bring, first. What do you notice that's irregular about traer? Did you notice that just like poner and hacer, the yo form uses a go ending instead of the regular o? The rest of the verb follows a normal er conjugation pattern. The conjugations of traer are traigo, traes, trae, traemos, traen. Let's look at caerse. First thing that we have to note is that traerse is a reflexive verb. This means we have to include a reflexive pronoun with our verb conjugation. Let's look at these conjugations now. Did you notice that the yo form of caerse also has a go ending? The rest of the verb follows a normal er conjugation pattern. The conjugations for caerse are me caigo, te caes, se cae, nos caemos, se caen. There's one more irregularity about traer and caerse. Did you notice it? Did you notice that both traigo and me caigo put an I before their go ending? This is another reason why both traer and caerse are irregular in the present tense. Let's talk about our last verb, salir. Salir means to leave or to go out. It is also a go verb. Just like the other four verbs, salir uses a go in its yo form instead of an o. The rest of the verb follows normal conjugation patterns. Salgo, sales, sale, salimos, salen. One more thing about salir that's different than the rest of the verbs we've talked about. is that salir is the only IR verb. So if we notice, the nosotros form ends in imos because it is an IR verb. The rest of the endings are the same as regular ER verb endings. Let's recap a little bit. What makes a verb a go verb? A verb is only a go verb if in the present tense, the yo form ends in go, and the rest of the verb conjugates like a regular verb. Remember that traer and caer end in ego as opposed to just a regular go. Now you know how to conjugate irregular group number 5 go verbs into the present tense. Hasta luego!